Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talk About the Show, where I, your host, Alex Brown, talk about whatever it is I want to talk about, whether it be the hottest gaming news or the latest and greatest game releases. Talk About is your one-stop shop for all of my thoughts and opinions on everything going on within the games industry. And now, first things first, I need to get out of the way before we continue on with this video is that the recording of this video is happening Thursday morning, and it won't come out until probably Friday afternoon, honestly. And so the big elephant in the room is that the Game Awards happened last night. As of this recording, they are happening tonight. So obviously that's going to have a whole shebang of news. So obviously I'm not going to cover that because that's not happened yet. So that's going to have its own separate video later. Probably, I don't know. I'm not going to put a date, Monday probably, but we'll see. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's a pretty crazy award show, right? Man, the Muppets, they were there having a good time. That made me laugh. I can't believe Death Stranding 2 has a release date. How exciting is that? What else happened last night? Oh my God. Did you see the announcement of freaking, I don't know, Cyberpunk 2? That's crazy. I didn't think that they were close enough to do that. Okay, that one didn't happen, obviously. That's not going to happen regardless. But what else was I about to say about the Game Awards? Of course, yeah, oh, shout out to Alan Wake as well. Wow. Really took everyone by surprise, I think. When Alan Wake 2 won Game of the Year, I think it deserved it. It was obviously more than worthy of winning Game of the Year. So shout out to that. Honestly, just thank God it wasn't Baldur's Gate 3 because man, I'm sure you know Baldur's Gate 3 did not work on me the same way it seems to be working on everyone else. But yeah, people love it anyways. But I'm just glad it didn't win Game of the Year. I still personally think Zelda is the best game of the year and think that should have won. But hey, Alan Wake 2, I consider that a win. So shout out to Alan Wake 2. Shout out to Sam Lake. And yeah, they made a good choice there. God, I hope that ages well. Anyways, instead of talking about the TGAs, let's talk about the GTA, shall we? Been a very big week for those three letters. TGA, GTA, GAT. New Saints Row was announced last night as well. Very big deal. But probably not because that company was shut down. Shout out to Embracer. Anyways, obviously usually this is a this is usually a news show or a game review show. And so the biggest news and only news, because no one else is going to have the balls to drop any news during GTA week. This is the GTA 6 trailer 1. It was leaked early, and unfortunately that happened. But they released it, and the original plan was to do a live reaction when the trailer dropped because I was gonna, move the show and everything to do it on time, be there at 8 a.m. my time for this trailer, and then of course it got leaked while I was asleep. So I woke up to it and I was like, oh well, there goes those plans. So instead, I'm just going to do a good old episode of Talk About where what I'm going to do here is just play the trailer in 0.25 speed and then pause it anytime I want to talk about something because hey, this is what I do here. I talk about some stuff and I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto and I don't do lists, notes, outlines or any of that. So we're just going to watch this again at 0.25 speed and anything I have to say, I will say it as it comes by. It is muted because Tom Petty music, of course. Before we get started, though, I do want to say that in terms of Grand Theft Auto excitement, I don't really care. But I am fully aware of like how big a deal Grand Theft Auto releases are. Because also the thing with Grand Theft Auto is that it's been over 10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5, and I had a great time with it 10 years ago. But what have they done for me lately? Grand Theft Auto Online isn't my thing, so I haven't really. Grand Theft Auto hasn't really been in my mind share lately. But of course, This trailer, come on. Of course, I've already seen it because, hey, everyone has seen it. So we're just going to talk about what we see in it. Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, I do adore and still think it's Rockstar's best. Maybe it's just because of the story, not necessarily the other elements of the game, but hey, let's see what they had to show off in the trailer one for Grand Theft Auto 6. And yeah, hopefully playing it at 0.25 speed makes it so that I also don't get a copyright strike. Let's just go and press the play button. This may can contain content appropriate for children, so right there off the bat. Hey, what do you guys think this game's gonna be rated? Personally, hot take, think it's gonna be rated M for mature. I don't know. Something just tells me it might be. Let me know what you think in the comments below if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Okay, so immediately, just how strikingly beautiful this game is from a visual technical level. Obviously, not a technical level, but just in a straight up fidelity sort of level. We don't know about the technicalities of this game yet, of course, because it is not out. But instantaneously, you look at this and then you remember what Grand Theft Auto 5 looks like. Of course, a 10-year-old game. Vastly different. Even Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't look this good, and that's 5 years old. Wow. So Rockstar, they know they're doing something right. You know what I mean? Doing something right. Definitely a lot of cars, birds as well. So here we are, of course, jail. And this is just shocking. It's shocking, honestly. Look at how good this character looks. Lucia, I believe. Lucia. They do say it in the trailer, but I'm not using any audio because, hey, I don't want to get attacked by Tom Petty's estate. Is Tom Petty alive? I don't know if Tom Petty's alive, honestly. I saw a tweet go out where it was Tom Petty talking about how cool it was that he was in the trailer, but I thought he died, so I'm gonna check. Tom Petty. Yeah, he's dead. He's been dead for so long. Who tweeted that then? Anyways, I guess it was the Tom Petty estate. Anyways, yeah, there's Lucia. That's the main character. First female protagonist in the 3D era of Grand Theft Auto 6. In Grand Theft Auto, not Grand Theft Auto 6, of course. Obviously, she's the first female protagonist in Grand Theft Auto 6 because it's the first protagonist, Grand Theft Auto 6. But yeah, a big hullabaloo about it being not technically the first female protagonist in Grand Theft Auto because, like, Grand Theft Auto 1 was really weird, but come on. No one's counting Grand Theft Auto 1 or 2 for that matter. People don't really talk about Grand Theft Auto from 3 on, okay? Let's be real. So this is a very big deal, and I'm very excited about this because I always play female characters in video games. Female characters are just better characters, and they tend to be more fleshed out or more interesting because they aren't just man with gun sort of thing. You know what I mean? I feel like because women are misrepresented very often in media, when there is a female main character, I feel like there's more care put into their writing rather than just a guy. Me personally. So I'm very excited about that and to see how Rockstar deals with it because, of course, Rockstar not necessarily the best when it came to female writing for the longest time. Of course, with not Grand Theft Auto, with Red Dead Redemption 2, they did level up a little bit with both Abigail and Sadie Adler, something like that. It's been a while since I played Red Dead Redemption 2. If they released a 60 frames per second patch on Xbox Series X, I would definitely play it again. So Rockstar, if you're watching this, do that and I'll play it again because, like, come on, that game came out 5 years ago. How's there not a 60 frames per second patch? Come on, what are you doing? I mean, obviously you're making this game, that's a pretty big deal, but yeah, she's in jail. And then also NPCs look ridiculous as well, not just the main character. The NPCs are on that same level of fidelity. The hair movement, the fabrics moving. We got some boats, some dolphins. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool and really scary what people are going to do when this game comes out to those dolphins. I'm a little worried about that. Bunch of birds. Just Jesus Christ. Look at all these birds. Okay, all of these. It sounds crazy, I know. I'll just be pausing because I see so many birds. But you don't see this many birds in video games because that just doesn't make sense. It's not something that they should put resources to on getting all of these birds able to fly in a flock like this and then still have the game be stable. That's not a normal thing you see in games. Like, go play a game right now. How often do you even see birds? Unless it's Assassin's Creed, I don't think you do. I don't think you see any birds. So this is kind of crazy, especially this many. And we're going to get into more stuff about how many things are on screen as we go through this trailer. As you can already see, there's a bunch of people, lots going on there. But we'll get to that later. And there's this little thing here. It says something about Club 69. 9. Why 69 when you can 919? 919. That's what it is. Some sort of, people are saying probably like a club or a bar, because of course, spoilers, as we'll see soon, this takes place in Vice City, or more accurately, Leonida. Leonida? Leonida? It's the state that is Florida, but you know, Grand Theft Auto's version, of course. It says Rockstar Games presents. Now, there's a lot that you could take from this, because there's nothing you could take from this, okay? But a lot of people, of course, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, people are always just like, they'll grasp at any straws. And I already missed a frame. Let me back it up. Back it up. Okay, back to where we were. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What's happening here? Let's go frame by frame. What is this? It's just some lens flare. I thought it was like an airplane or a rocket or something. But look at all of this. The only way that this could be even more exciting is if you could go inside this building. And that's the one thing Grand Theft Auto has yet to do, which is interiors, I feel. Of course, there are a few interiors, stores and shops are the same thing. Stores, shops, you know, strip clubs, other places, I'm sure. Maybe not though. Maybe that's it. Stores and strip clubs. Uh, but hopefully there's more things. You know, hopefully they expand upon interiors, because that's the one thing I feel like Grand Theft Auto has not had, which is as expansive as their open worlds can be, their interiors have not equaled that, which I understand, because you know, it's such a big world. They don't want necessarily to do every single building, because that doesn't really make much sense, but just more varied interiors, like how in Saints Row you could always go into the mall. It'd be cool if there's a mall in Grand Theft Auto 6 you could go to with all of these other stores on the inside. It'd be cool. But here we have some swamp life, because of course I'm gonna say Leonida, like Leonidas. Leonida, of course, which is Florida. You gotta have the swamps, some swamplands, because of course, swampy. And look at all these birds as well. And this boat, I don't know what the boat's called, but it's a very specific kind of boat. And look at, oh my god. I mean, you know, I'm not kidding. I'm not like fabricating this reaction, because you saw me freak out about how many birds were on screen earlier. I didn't even realize how many birds were here, you know? Because I'll be real. I've watched this trailer dozens of times at this point. Maybe not, maybe 8 dozen times at this point. But I didn't watch it at 0.25 speed, and I didn't have to talk about it for the entire duration of my watch along with it. So now that I am breaking down every single thing I see on screen, I'm noticing a lot more, like how many birds are on this screen. No shot that this game runs at 60 frames per second at launch, right? Just not possible. I don't expect it to. There's also like 2 alligators creeping around in here. There was one there, one there. There's just a lot going on. There's birds back there. There's just a lot going on this screen that I can't possibly imagine 60 frames being a target for Rockstar at all. And I don't want them to. You know what? I said it. 60 frames per second, overrated. It's great when it's there. I don't notice it when it's not. Me personally. Anyways, let's go ahead and keep going, because there's no way. So people who are hoping for 60 frames per second on this game, don't get your hopes up. I would not get your hopes up. Man, that's crazy. And once again, just We saw how many birds are on screen. Look at how many people are on screen. People are more intricate than birds. Might be a controversial thing to say, I know. But people more intricate than birds. Also, puppy. Adorable. But yeah, when you look at this crowd, there's not one single repeating NPC. Maybe there is if you like really look back here. No, just I was about to say, do they have the same swim trunks? No, they don't. There's just a lot going on, and this is the beach of Miami, Miami Beach, I suppose, Vice City Beach. Also, I didn't even mention I have not played Vice City back in the day because I did not have it. I was like 3 when it came out, I think. I don't know, but maybe 2. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't play Vice City. My first Grand Theft Auto was Grand Theft Auto 3 though. I did have my dad had that on the PS2, so I played it on the PS2 until they were like, "Hey, you shouldn't be playing that." My parents, of course. So I stopped playing it until Grand Theft Auto 4, which is a game. Not Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. But man, 10 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people. Crazy. Crazy. It's ridiculous how much is happening on screen. Once again, just reiterating the fact that there's no way in any hell it's going to be 60 frames per second. If it is, oh my god, can you imagine that? Game of the generation if it is. We got some boats. Not much to say about boats, honestly. They're boats. They go in the water. This looks like Lucia, I think, on a car, and this guy's recording. Is that Jason, the second protagonist? As of course, this trailer doesn't do anything to confirm dual protagonists, but leaks have. So, come on, leaks have confirmed that. That might be Jason. Looking at him here, I don't know if we get a clear look at him, but he seems to have the short hair that Jason sees. That Jason does have that we will see later, and that would be Lucia then. I guess maybe it might be. Very fancy car. All right, no, maybe that's Jason right there. Actually, okay. Well, someone's just filming them because they are famous? Question mark. We'll get to that later. Yeah, that might just be Jason right there, actually. But do. And then, oh my god, look how colorful this is. Like this looks so good. It looks ridiculous, honestly. It it looks real. Like the longer I look at it, the more I'm like, is this a video game? I mean, obviously I know it is. But if you showed your grandma this, she would think it's real life. And we got some parties, make it rain Mondays. Of course, they got the action going on over there. Is that more action go? Yeah, more action over there. Lots going on. Very Grand Theft Auto, of course. We got more, and I don't know if they're going to be like named characters or just random NPCs. But either way, the fidelity on these people who aren't, for all intents and purposes, are for sure we know that they aren't the main characters, still just looks ridiculous. It's insane. All these tattoos. Come on. Have you ever seen that many tattoos on a GTA character? Didn't think so. Because I haven't. That looks real as well. Show this to your grandma. She'll think it is. We got what, the toll? You gotta pay the toll. What do you call it? Traffic toll? I don't know. Boardwalk. View Hotel, I think. Hotel Dixon. So this is like a part of town where things be popping off, I guess. I don't know. I feel like this is something that was probably in Vice City, the original game. So, you know, hey, it's back, I guess. But yeah, oh my, just look at how freaking flooded these streets are, though. That's the traffic density is going to be crazy. My goodness. I've never seen so many cars in a Grand Theft Auto. They're all parked. I mean, all of these ones are, but all of these cars aren't. That's crazy. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Like, go back to Grand Theft Auto 5 right now. Those streets look empty and barren compared to this. And this looks like a cool place to party. Yeah, the fans. I don't know. I think there's an actual name. I think it's something cool. Oh wow, that's the boat with all the chips that got stuck in that one thing that caused the chip shortage because it couldn't get through the canal. I'm trying to make a joke about history, and I don't know the history, so it's not really landing. I apologize. Also, I don't really know if it's a historical joke because it happened like 2 or 3 years ago, so I don't know if that's considered history yet. I mean, technically, it is because it's in the past. We got a rooftop party. So, I don't know if this is the roof. Doesn't necessarily mean every rooftop is going to be a party place. It could just be this one. Everyone's just having a good party time. Vice. This is, of course, a reference to the fact that this game takes place in Vice City. Very good detective work. I know. Thank you. But a little time lapse going on as well. Oh wow! I think this is the first shot of this social media aspect of this game, which is, I think, the best part of this, the most surprising part, the coolest part of this trailer. How accurately it has already depicted the social media influence on the world, the way these influencers influence the world, if you will, which I feel like could very well be the overall theme of the game as a whole. So let's keep going. I guess I should read these since we're going to go by so slowly. Save some sugar, baby, for the rest of us. And it's the Dad Bod Squad. And there's this guy. Apparently, this is a dad bod. I think a dad bod's got more belly. Me personally, I think so. Stay alert, VC. Remember to check for uninvited guests before the pool party. And of course, this is later. This isn't immediately after the trailers come out. People have been able to already deduce that a lot of these are based off of real life events from Florida. So if you think any of this is weird, hey, it's happened. Yeah, you got a crocodile in a pool. It looks ridiculously real once again. Have someone call the Department of Transport on this dump truck. Hashtag have a vice day. Very cool hashtag. Very cool site. This is wild because I mean, Grand Theft Auto trailers don't tend to. Oh no, they have. Obviously, they do cutscene stuff, but this sort of a cutscene doesn't. It doesn't seem like a cutscene. You know what I mean? Like the cinematography of it doesn't feel like a catered, handcrafted cutscene. This might just be something that's happening in game, and they went to the Skycam to get it. So that'd be really cool if this is just an in-game thing that can happen. We got an Instagram Live or a TikTok Live thing going on there. Crocodile coming in, which is based on a real life thing. Body cams of the police raiding something. Oh, it's the dog from Grand Theft Auto 5. I didn't realize what people were talking about when they talked about Beware of Dog there. That's fun. Yeah, it's Chop. Yeah, we got a police raid. I don't know how this is going to factor into story wise, because unless Jason could be a cop, is that anything? Is that a theory? Because why would we be getting first person view of this body cam? Because it's Jason and Lucia as the main characters, and we did not get any information on Jason whatsoever. I wonder if there's some sort of Lucia's a criminal, Jason's a cop sort of push and pull thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm just talking here. That's what I do. This show's called Talk About. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't. Still going. We're not done yet, as you can see. You usually gotta hit the Circle Club to see Jiggle Like That for real. Planet Leonida, man. Of course, based on a real thing. Only Leonida is a crotch grab and apology for bad driving. Goodness, this is ridiculous. This looks real. It looks ridiculous. It looks like a normal, actual cloudy day. R.I.P. Rudy. See you in heaven, cuz. All his hair just gloriously flowing. Naked man doing his crops, watering his yard. Mud Club, the Thrillbilly Mud Club. That's what this says here. My webcam is blocking it. Lucha Libre fan live stream. Neighborhood Watch Don't Play Around in Hamlet. This is so scary. Because of course this is just a scary white woman with two hammers, which is scary in of itself. But it's scary how real it looks. And also, this is based on a real thing. But scary. I'm scared of this game, honestly. It looks too real. It looks too real, okay? I'll say it. God. And then people partying. Like, it's insane. And angst pain, it cures emotions. All right. They're on the run from some cops. Classic Grand Theft Auto. There's Jason. This is our first shot of Jason. This is obviously Lucia. I missed the pause button. But yeah, there's Lucia. We just robbed a gas station probably because pay attention to what they're wearing, of course. And then we got some more Florida references, of course. This guy, real, based on a real thing. Some dirt bike guys. Cool, cool, cool. Just a lot happening at all times by the look of it. Like a very live world. Let me back that up a sec. This looks like the billboard from Better Call Saul season 1, where it's Hamlin, McGill, and then of course Jimmy does his version of it. You know what I mean? That one. Maybe I'll put a picture of it in the editing here. Wow, look at that. You see the reference I'm talking about? Or maybe I'm talking completely out of turn and that does not make sense at all. In which case I look like a fool. But anyways, like I was saying, there looks like to be a lot happening at all times within this world, which is very exciting. And yeah, of course, yeah, here we go with them. We saw them escaping a second ago, and here they are escaping again. Another shot of them escaping. Apparently, they just robbed a gas station, which seems very small time for a Grand Theft Auto game, especially after Grand Theft Auto 5. And here they are. Of course, we know that they are a couple, and a lot of like allusions to Bonnie and Clyde's sort of story. I don't know what the deal with Bonnie and Clyde is, other than the fact that they are criminals who are also lovers. But yes, here they are. There's the money shot. That guy looks like Ron Swanson. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there they are. Lucia and Jason, our main characters, our protagonists. Interesting thing that probably isn't anything is that we don't see them in any other look in this trailer. Of course, it is the first trailer, so that makes a lot of sense. Of course, I said of course so many times. I'd imagine there's still going to be lots of player customization with these two characters, different hairstyles, perhaps different build types depending on how much you eat, how much you go to the gym. I don't know if they're going to bring that back from San Andreas. It sounds like a cool concept that I never got to experience because I never played San Andreas, and that game is so old, and I'm not going to go play it now. Come on. So it'd be cool if that came back. I know that some people weren't a fan of that and wouldn't want it in Grand Theft Auto 6, but hey, I like that sort of stuff. So do it, please. I mean, they added it in Red Dead Redemption 2, so hey, I wouldn't put it past Rockstar. But yeah, we're almost done with this trailer. Let's go ahead and let it play out, and then we'll get out of here. Grand Theft Auto 6, our VI, is what we see here. What could it mean? It obviously means it's really slow, 0.25 speed. Obviously, it means Grand Theft Auto 6. What I find very interesting about this logo treatment, though, is that it's called Grand Theft Auto 6, obviously. It says it right here as well. Grand Theft Auto 6, Trailer 1. But in every promotional image you'll see for it, it says Grand Theft Auto, and then the 6 is behind it, which it's a big deal. 6 is giant. But, like, give me 1 second. Let me go and pull up over here the wallpaper for Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 wallpaper. Open in new tab. No, open image in new tab. That's what I want. Bam. And full screen it. I'm just making sure there's nothing else on the screen. But yeah, as you can see here, this is like the promotional key art for it so far. I don't imagine this is going to be what it looks like on the box art because, of course, it doesn't have all those boxes, the black bars and all that. But it says Grand Theft Auto, and then the 6 is like outlined in the back, kind of vaguely. I do feel like that is intentional because, hey, it took 10 years, or it didn't take 10 years, rather. It's been over 10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5, right? So I feel like based on that, it's going to be a long while until there's another Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is, for all intents and purposes, just the Grand Theft Auto for the rest of time, for at least 15 years, probably. My God, that's crazy to think about. But of course, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013, and here we have 2025 as the release window for Grand Theft Auto 6, which I think is great news. Because when it came to any other Rockstar trailer, they always put it on a date where, like, Rockstar, more so I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically, where Red Dead Redemption 2 had like 3 different dates, I think, if memory serves correctly, before it was actually like on an actual date that stayed. So it's good to see it being 2025, which is so far out, which isn't even that far out. In like a month, I'll say Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out next year. So, but it gives them a lot of leeway so that it doesn't necessarily have to have a delay like Red Dead Redemption faced so often. But yeah, 2025 is great in my opinion. But it's crazy how that would mean it has been about, at that point, 2013 to 12 years. 12 years since the last Grand Theft Auto. A 12-year gap, which is insane. Of course, wow. Of course, we are currently in a 12-year gap between Skyrim and the next Elder Scrolls, so that's also a long time. More than 12 years when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. What's with the sixth entry in these games? You know what I mean? Why? What takes so long for the sixth one to come out? But it's crazy to think that Grand Theft Auto 5, when that came out, it was the Grand Theft Auto for the past, or what will be 12 years. So this is going to be the Grand Theft Auto for probably the next 20 years. Or it could be the last one. Because who knows if Rockstar is even going to still exist. Which isn't to say that I think Rockstar is in any sort of trouble. I just know that a lot of Rockstar's talent from like Grand Theft Auto 3 through Red Dead Redemption 2 have been leaving the company to start their own ventures. So who's to say all of the people involved on 6 is going to stay to create Grand Theft Auto 7? Who knows what the future of Rockstar will hold? All we know for now is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is slated for 2025. And there's so much more I could talk about, but it would be completely aimless, I'm sure. I do want to talk about this, how many people were on screen. This is crazy. I also saw a tweet immediately after this trailer came out where someone was like, I can't wait to just drive over all of these people. And I thought that was instantly so concerning. It's like, what is wrong with you, person? To see this many realistic looking people and then go, I want to drive over them. That's scary. What's your problem? I feel like this is going to be the most normal I've ever been in a Grand Theft Auto game because it looks too real. I can't be evil in this game. It's too realistic. Okay? I can't be evil. I can't be a chaos mongerer. Can't go around 5 stars, trying to get 5 stars, seeing how long I last. Not possible. Too realistic. Scary. Goodness. It's crazy. It's crazy. There was a thing I said about when I was talking about Mortal Kombat 1 when I did that review, how with games looking more and more realistic, the fatalities are going to have to the fatalities are getting harder and harder to look at, and we're not necessarily at that point yet where the fatalities in Mortal Kombat are too realistic. But Grand Theft Auto 6 here, it is showing me that we are a lot closer to that happening than I thought we were. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Grand Theft Auto 6 at the time being, because we have a long wait still until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out officially into everyone's hands, and we'll be seeing a lot more from it leading up to it, I'm sure. I'd imagine the next trailer isn't going to drop until like this time next year, honestly. I feel like we're going to get a trailer 2, and then we're going to get a Lucia trailer, and then a Jason trailer, and then a deep dive trailer, and release. And of course, when it comes to online play, I don't imagine that will be there day and date. Similar to Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, I'd imagine it's going to be a staggered release where you can experience the single player on your own, experience the world, the systems integrated into the world, get familiar with the new map, the massive map, I'm sure, because it's not just Vice City anymore, it is the entire state of Leonida. Or so we think. That's what everything has led us to believe, at least. So we'll see. course, only on Xbox Series X and S as well as PS5. No PC on release day, but that's normal for Rockstar, so it'll come like a year or two after. Which makes sense because they don't want people breaking the game immediately. And it lets them be more precise on the console versions of the game. There's a lot of good practices going on at Rockstar that make me feel very hopeful for this game, you know? And based on their storytelling chops in Red Dead Redemption 2, I imagine they're going to elevate that even further here, which has me the most excited for this game, honestly. I am very fascinated to see what this love story, sort of crime story, might entail, because if you know me at all, I'm a sucker for a good love story, and I'm a sucker for Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, the crime stories. You take crime, you put love in there. Come on, it's got to be good. It's gonna be pretty good, I imagine. But yeah, like I said, I tried to end this video about 5 minutes ago, I think, and then I just kept going. That's what I do here. This is the show called Talk About, where I talk about whatever it is I want to talk about for however long I can. But I'm done now. So thanks for stopping by. If you did, and if you liked it, hit the like button to prove it. Let me know what you think about Grand Theft Auto 6. Are you excited for it? Don't answer that. That's a stupid question. Of course you are. What are you most excited about for it? Are you glad that it's coming out in 2025? I see a lot of outrage about the 2025 date because, it's been like 12 years at that point. But I think it's great. It's great because it's not over promising and then under delivering at all. Yeah. Also, last thing, like I was wrapping up, but I thought of one more thing. One last thing. This is trailer one, and if you look back at trailer one of Grand Theft Auto 5 and trailer one of Red Dead Redemption 2, the graphics look considerably worse than the final release. So that is crazy to think about. That this is trailer one. It's going to look even better at release. So that's something to think about. Until next time, as always, stay safe and play some freaking video games.